Hike the trail? Check. Order takeout? Check. Schedule heart checkup? Done. We've all adapted to a new way of living. Keep your healthcare on schedule with Johns Hopkins Medicine, where your health and safety are our highest priorities. We're ready to care for you through virtual and in-person visits across Maryland and the greater Washington region. Your health, our experts, safely caring for you. Schedule your care now. Learn more at hopkinsmedicine.org/safe.
The sweet aromas of the apple fritter, cinnamon roll, and blueberry muffin are hard to resist. So making it the rest of the way home without reaching in your McDonald's bag is no easy task. But nothing worth doing is easy.
Wake up and pair any one of these sweet, fluffy, frittery bakery treats with a McCafe iced coffee. Get any size and any flavor for just 99 cents until 11 a.m. Price and participation may vary.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This episode of the podcast is sponsored by Grammarly Premium. Get a 1 month free trial of Grammarly Premium. Do you need to edit those documents or proofread those assignments, guys? Get your 1 month free trial of Grammarly Premium. I'm using Grammarly Premium and it's fantastic. Thank you to vidIQ for sponsoring today's show. If you want to get those watch time, views, subscribers, monetization on YouTube, and you need help with those keywords and those tags and SEO, visit vidIQ to get your free trial. Links in the description. Also, thank you to Amazon Music Unlimited for sponsoring the show. Visit my website to find out more. Welcome to the Stephen Shiels radio show. Today I've got Jeanette Alexander back on. How are you, Jeanette?
I'm good, thank you. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you again. What have you been working on since we last spoke?
I guess I've just been doing some work on my music, and I'm also doing a bit of work on the piano now too, which is great.
Mm-hmm. And what piano pieces are you working on?
Well, for the piano pieces, I'm working on the prelude in E minor with Chopin,
Mm-hmm.
and also I'm doing a Ferrelise as well.
Mm.
So yeah, and I haven't done the piano for quite a while. Like I have done some AME exams, so it's good to kind of get back because I've been just concentrating on my singing for quite a while, and yeah, nice to be in the piano again.
No, that's awesome. And are you a pianist? Or do you just, is that a hobby for you?
Yeah, well, I kind of want to be able to be good at accompanying my choir at church, and also being able to play the piano really well. That was one of my goals. And then also accompanying myself when I'm singing. So, you know, for my singing at the moment, I'm doing a lot of ensemble work, and I'm also doing performing in the art performance. And so we're doing a lot about the early Baroque period, and Babas Brahmsi or something like that. Because the early Baroque period was very important for composers like Bach and all that later on when they started to make their compositions and do their compositions. So yeah. So I don't know if you know much about John Dowland and all that sort of stuff. Things come again. And the interesting thing about it is that, Sting from the group, well, apparently he did a rendition of this song called Come Again that was this very early Baroque period song written by John Dowland. I think he was an English Baroque composer. So, yeah, so a lot of very modern pop stars are kind of using a lot of the Baroque period to kind of get ideas from.
That's so cool because Sting's pretty good to watch. I like some of Sting's work.
Yeah, he's got a very mellow voice, but I must admit the first time I heard his rendition of it, it was a bit different from the "Oh my God," because it's like "Oh my God," it's like it's kind of interesting. Yeah, enjoyed it.
Yeah, I know Sting. I think his stuff gets played at a lot of weddings as well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's good, and but yeah, so it's good to kind of have a lot of the genres of the music that you can enjoy and see. What kind of genres do you like mostly? If you want to listen to other people's work.
Yeah, I like rock, bit of rap as well. I was listening to 50 Cent this morning with Justin
Yeah.
Timberlake.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Eminem, the odd
I
Slayer
like
song
Eminem.
as well. Have you
Yeah.
heard of Slayer?
No, I haven't. I
Oh, you
might have
know,
heard it, but I don't know the name. Yeah.
and then there's Linkin Park too. I like them as
Oh
well.
yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah, yeah. Great. What do
Metallica.
you like about What do you like about their music so much?
Yeah, Jeanette, Linkin Park was their stuff was played in the Transformers movie as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I'm
yeah,
having a bit of trouble hearing you. It's a bit faint. I don't know if you can turn it up at all.
yeah, I can hear you well.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I have my earphones on, but I couldn't hear you. But anyway, like I've turned up my my volume as far as it can go. But hey, that's always modern living, isn't it?
it is.
And Zoom.
Could you move your phone down so I could see your face better? That's better.
Oh,
There we
okay.
go. Yeah. Yeah. This is what remote podcasting is in 2021. No, yeah,
Yeah,
like Sting, like has got some good stuff out there, Jeanette. It's good contemporary music. It's easy to listen to as well. You know, have you been to any like live concerts, or what have you done music wise at church?
I have. Oh, kind of. I think that like yeah, that's that spiritual journey I'm on with music and all that. But I do like a lot of different genres of music. So I have been to a lot of pop concerts, things like that. Um, yes, so I enjoy
Mm,
um, a lot of different music, and I think when it comes to like the gospel music, it's kind of interesting. I like working with choirs, and I've got my choir, and we're really happy we can have more than 5 people
mm,
in the choir tomorrow, which is fantastic. And normally we've had to be spaced about 3 meters apart,
mm,
and really hard to kind of have some connectivity, like when you're singing a song.
mm.
Um, and a lot of people get really when they see that microphone in front of them, they kind of go, and it's really hard to kind of get any vocal quality. So we're going to have more people tomorrow, and that's going to be great. Looking forward to that.
You have to wear a face mask at choir practice.
No, we don't.
Because
We did before that.
yeah, the premier was telling everyone who was a woodwind player they had to put like a mask or a face mask if you're a choir player. That sucked.
Oh, really?
Mm,
Oh, was that the today? Was it?
yeah. No, not today. It was
Um,
a couple of months ago.
oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Well, because that's going to be interesting, isn't it? Because yeah, they couldn't, and we've got someone that's playing the flute tomorrow,
Mm,
and I checked beforehand, and she can play it. And the guy that's playing the piano, George, he's actually written a special introduction for the flute for one of the songs, so it should be really, really good. I think
mm,
the whole thing about music, it binds people together. It's something that doesn't need words, to tell you the truth. You can
mm,
just hear like whether it's like Metallica or Eminem or whatever like that, but just like it's the beat. It kind of gives you an emotion because
mm,
you can kind of get what they're saying and things like that.
mm.
And you'll be a bit shocked because do you know much about Nine Inch Nails?
Yeah, I've
Their
been
music.
listening to that on Spotify.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, there was one a few years ago, like, but the words were a little bit racy, I must admit, but like the beat was really good.
No, they're good. Like speaking of heavy metal, it's so loud too. Um,
Yeah,
that's the beauty about it as well. Yeah.
they've done psychological tests, and I went to a special meeting for psychologists a few years ago,
Mm,
and they kind of had this heavy metal kind of band, and they had it singing instead of I want to rip your arms off and all that sort of thing, I said, I want to love you. You're so sweet. I just really think you're the nicest person. And then they had this kind of very much this kind of, country and western smooth voice saying, I want to rip your arms off. I want to da-da-da. And like they said, it's actually, it's the words. It's not actually the music, it's what people, affects people the most.
Is it really?
Yeah, so,
like, is it true heavy metal can be not good for your mental health too?
well, I think some of the words can be. And of course, like, some people use an expression to get rid of angry feelings and pent up rage and all that. And I guess that's all right. But I think it's some of those things when they do kind of talk about suicide or death or hurting other people, I think can be pretty negative, because some people don't know the limit, where the limit is. So, but, yeah.
It still gets published out there, but I don't know. I'm not really a huge Slayer fan because I think they go on about a bunch of crap and all that. But yeah, as you said, lyrics like that. Look, I used to listen to a lot of metal in my teenage years, but some of the screamo stuff I don't like. Can't understand a word they're saying. Yeah, I was listening to a song yesterday by White Trash, and it was like very political in 2020 about Donald Trump.
Oh wow, really? Interesting.
Yeah, it's talking about like freedom of speech. It's pretty good. It's a good song to listen to. It's like a rap heavy metal sort of thing. Yeah, it's in my playlist.
Yeah, well, I haven't kind of been exploring it as much lately, but I think that like when you look back to some of the music, like in a lot of the centuries ago, like sometimes it was in revolt for what was going on at the time, and like so some of the ballads, some of the other things. So it's only natural that it's going to be like that today. People want to have a voice, want to be able to be heard, and if they feel they're in a minority, it's by what they write in their lyrics and in their music that gets attention. Because like when you look at how important music is to people, like honestly, like if you had a Netflix show about there was no music allowed in life, like we would have so many people going to Saturn.
Well, like going to lyrics, like some bands can't even tour, like I don't know, Russia, China, because lyrics go against their government too.
Yeah.
Like Slayer, I don't think Slayer would ever want to tour South Korea or China, and Russia especially. Like when Metallica did that big show in Russia, this was before I was born. They played on this like airstrip. It's on YouTube, and at the time people were in a mosh pit, and I think the authorities at that time didn't know what the hell was going on because people were crowd surfing.
Yeah.
But that goes to show, some bands can't play in certain countries too.
Well, of course, there's different cultures and different cultural expectations, and I think, I don't know, I'm kind of a bit conflicted with this. I think that, like, I'm a psychologist, so I don't like to kind of upset people. And I know that some of the words and the lyrics and all that can upset people. And so it's always this, like, do we say what we mean? What do we want from it? What kind of reaction do we want from it? Or is it just to stir up things? And I think that's the whole thing, like, what is the basis behind some of the lyrics and the music? What do people want to, or the originators of that music, what do they want to have? Like, I guess if you're Lady Gaga and all that, like, what does she want from her music? What does she want other people to do with that music? Do you ever think about that with your own music?
Yeah, I do. I think of it from a marketing point of view too, or your target audience as well. I'm listening to Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
I think it's good. Exactly what you say. Like, I think there has to be a niche market for what you're writing. I think if you're writing crap, no one's gonna want to play it on the radio for starters. So,
Well, you know, I think fortunately there's a lot more opportunity for people to get their music listened to now. But before, like, you had to kind of have contacts, you had to have the right ear to be played beforehand, and so perhaps it's a lot better now that people do have more opportunities.
Did you know my first single, Death and Life, made it into the semi-finals of the 2020 ISC songwriting competition as well?
Oh no, I didn't know that. That's fantastic. Congratulations for that.
And I was in the Voyager songwriting competition, first place for that.
Yeah.
So that was a good achievement for my very
Yeah.
first single published. Very happy about that.
What gives you inspiration?
Film scores, film.
Ah, okay.
You see,
So
when I compose music, I don't use a key signature. I just do it atonal.
Okay.
I find the key signature just throws me off.
Yep, yeah. Because then you have all these rules that you've got to, live under and do it and all that.
Mm.
So yeah. So how long does it usually take you to put a score together?
About a week, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And I do all the mixing, mastering myself.
Oh wow, that's great. Fantastic.
It's fun.
Yeah, I like to do that. Like, I know part of the course, like, you have to write music and things like that, but I always feel like I don't know enough about music theory to be able to do it. But then sometimes when you're playing with the piano, you get like little bits of kind of music, and it's I like that. That sounds really good. And as I said, like, I'm really enjoying being able to play the piano a bit more because it's helping with my ear and my pitch. Because, like, honestly, like, if you're a singer, you're supposed to know, sing a major third or sing a minor third or sing a minor sixth. And it's like, oh, okay, so how does that sound? So when I do the piano, I'm kind of able to kind of remember a bit more about all those kind of technicalities. Hard work being a singer.
It is. Now, it's hard work doing any instrument, Jeanette.
Right.
At any
I
level.
stand correct.
Yeah. Now, speaking of psychology, are you a psychologist?
Yes, I am.
So did you go to university to be a psychologist, or how did you do it?
Yeah, I did. I went to, I studied to become a psychologist and did my master's. And I was going to do my doctorate, but fairly busy because I do a lot of work with, as I said before, like, victims of crime, and do a lot of people with workplace injuries, gamblers. A lot of, oh my gosh, I've been having a lot of people that have just started university coming to me, and like the anxiety about all the expectations. It's been really, really bad for some people. So I really feel for them. But yeah, I kind of I like psychology. It's quite broad. There's a lot of opportunities for different things. I was talking to one of my students this morning in Queensland, and she wants to branch out and do EAP work and have her own business and all sorts of different things. So yeah, we just don't sit around. I think people sometimes we just sit around doing nothing most days. It's really busy.
Do you watch Dr. Phil?
Look, I did in the past, and it's interesting that, like, sometimes, like, he tackles things the way I wouldn't tackle it, and sometimes, I think that for what he does, I think it's great, and it's good. He and his wife are very committed to what they do, and they sometimes do really help people and put them in touch with the right kind of organisations to help them with their problems. But yeah.
Hike the trail? Check. Order takeout? Check. Schedule heart checkup? Done. We've all adapted to a new way of living. Keep your healthcare on schedule with Johns Hopkins Medicine, where your health and safety are our highest priorities. We're ready to care for you through virtual and in-person visits across Maryland and the greater Washington region. Your health, our experts, safely caring for you. Schedule your care now. Learn more at hopkinsmedicine.org/safe. Hike the trail? Check. Order takeout? Check. Schedule heart checkup? Done. We've all adapted to a new way of living. Keep your healthcare on schedule with Johns Hopkins Medicine, where your health and safety are our highest priorities. We're ready to care for you through virtual and in-person visits across Maryland and the greater Washington region. Your health, our experts, safely caring for you. Schedule your care now. Learn more at hopkinsmedicine.org/safe.
The sweet aromas of the apple fritter, cinnamon roll, and blueberry muffin are hard to resist. So making it the rest of the way home without reaching in your McDonald's bag is no easy task. But nothing worth doing is easy.
Wake up and pair any one of these sweet, fluffy, frittery bakery treats with a McCafe iced coffee. Get any size and any flavor for just 99 cents until 11 a.m. Price and participation may vary.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, sometimes, it's a bit cringeworthy. What do you think?
No, I think he's good. I mean, it's a well diversified show too.
Yeah.
He's had a few celebrities on there. I've read some of his books, listened to him on Audible as well. He is honest.
Yeah, and I think I like the way he says it. Tell it as it is. I think that's the old-fashioned saying he used to say. Tell it as it is, Phil. And I think that's sometimes good. Like, and sometimes when he does get to the crux of things, like, you don't know what you're talking about then. So, so sometimes it's good sometimes to be able to feed back to people what's happening and where they're going wrong in their thinking. I think it's really good. And there is a therapy in psychology called reality therapy. And but you've got to be careful that a person's at the right stage in their therapy, that they can actually take the reality of what's happening and the truth without having negative kind of reactions. So,
I used to go to a psychologist, but we didn't get along anymore, and it was like I got to figure stuff out on my own.
Yeah, look, I think that can be sometimes difficult. Like having a rapport is important, and you've got to say with cognitive behavioural therapy, which I do, and which is very evidence-based and best practice. It's collaborative. So when you come to a session, you've got to be able to say, look, I really want to talk about this. So you've got to feel like you've got ownership in that, in the process, and it can be really good, like when you've got the right person that you're working with, to be able to kind of push through different things and have a sounding board. Sometimes, like I just don't talk because I know the person just has a lot to get out at the time, and I think that's good because, like, some of these things, like you can't sometimes talk to your friends or your families because they're a bit invested in the relationship, or they kind of can't be as they're a bit more subjective, and they can't be as objective. So, like, I guess if you come to a stranger, you might say, we can be a bit more objective, and we can say, oh yeah, that sounds good, or no, I don't think that sounds very good. Where if you talk to family, it's a little bit different, isn't it? And friends.
My experience, I've found if I talk to someone with more life experience, it was better for me. Someone older generation. I don't know why, Jeanette.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of things that go in with that, and so but I think that, like, sometimes if one psychologist doesn't work out, it's good to kind of keep on going until you do find the right kind of one and not be put off. So I think that at different times it's really good. I sometimes have clients that I've seen quite a few years ago, and I don't see them for a while. Then they might touch base again with me for a little bit, and just about something they want to kind of work through. And and that's life. That's part of kind of it. This is where I'm at the moment. Not too sure about this. I want to talk about this, and then after them they kind of, oh yeah, now I know where I'm at, and then off they go, which is great. So it's great that way.
I mean, we don't know everything. We can't help everyone as well. You got to be mindful of that. Dr. Phil can't help everyone. He doesn't know everything.
Yeah, and I think that's a really important thing to kind of to know that you have to be able to just go if I can't help a person, then it's good to refer them to someone else. And because I think that you've got to be truthful, you've got to be upfront, and we're not mind readers, and no one's perfect. So being able to know where your limitations are is important. Yeah.
So how'd you go from psychology into music, Jeanette? Because that's very interesting.
Yeah, well, look, I think when I was 11, I wanted to be an opera singer. So I've always kind of loved music and, singing around the house and things like that. Before it was like ballet. I love ballet. And so I've always kind of loved music. But there was a period like when I didn't seem to, do much. But then I started joining choirs again with choirs at school. And then I just started joining some choirs and doing some things. And I just really loved it. It really gave my life a lot more meaning. And, but then it came about that actually why I decided to do the Bachelor of Music was, something came up on my Facebook page about it. And I thought, oh, no, I can't do this. But then it kept on coming up, and I thought, oh, okay, perhaps I can. And then it said that you had to have an audition. And I thought, oh, wow, and I rang up and I thought, oh, okay, so if I was going to do an audition, I'd have to have a couple of weeks to get my voice all right and learn a song and all that. And of course, they wanted to do it pretty quickly. And I thought, oh, no, I can't do it quickly because I, have to practice. And so I thought, oh, no, it's not meant to be. And I just let it go. But then in the new year, they contacted me again and said, do you want to? And I thought, oh, okay, if they're contacting me, I'm going to have a go. And, so I auditioned and I was successful. But then that was when all the hard work happened. It's very confronting. I don't know how you found it when you were at uni doing your degree.
First day felt like kindergarten.
Yeah, and you always feel like there's all these people that are better than you, or of course they were. A lot of really good singers there.
Especially going into a very academic background where you don't get the help and guidance like I did from TAFE. I've gone back to TAFE. I'm doing it.
Hike the trail? Check. Order takeout? Check. Schedule heart checkup? Done. We've all adapted to a new way of living. Keep your healthcare on schedule with Johns Hopkins Medicine, where your health and safety are our highest priorities. We're ready to care for you through virtual and in-person visits across Maryland and the greater Washington region. Your health, our experts, safely caring for you. Schedule your care now. Learn more at hopkinsmedicine.org/safe.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Oh, that's a cheer we used to do in softball.
What? It's actually Geico's.
Whenever someone hit a triple, we would wave our bats and yell, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more. But we never got to use it because we would only hit home runs. Annoying.
The phrase is from Geico because they help save people money.
Geico? Yeah, they were our team sponsor.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Es mejor llegar tarde a casa que nunca volver a llegar. Es mejor llegar tarde al trabajo que nunca volver a trabajar. Y es mejor recoger tarde a tus hijos que nunca volver a recogerlos. Llegar tarde a donde vayas por esperar a que pase el tren es mucho mejor que arriesgar tu vida tratando de ganarle el paso. Por algo existe el dicho, más vale tarde que nunca. Alto, el tren no para.
Mensaje de Netza.
Certificate 3 in Business Administration.
Oh, wow, that's great. Nice to hear.
Learning to read spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Calculate GST as well. Well, I'm not a mathematically gifted person, but just a basic understanding as well. Did you end up finishing your degree, Jeanette?
I'm still I've been doing it part-time because I'm working full-time. And, so I'm doing ensemble. I was supposed to finish the singing part of my degree last year, but then I had a little bit of a hiccup with my vocal cords, and so I couldn't do it. But now everything's okay. I've been to an ear, nose and throat specialist, and he says, fine, just practice every day. So hopefully by the end of this year, I should have most of it under wraps, So I'm doing, as I said, ensemble this semester, doing, performance art, and I'm doing something else that I always forget. Something. Oh, that's right, my second degree, which is piano, and just love the piano. I just love kind of seeing those notes on the paper and then trying to work it out. And it's like, she's given me 7th grade piano work for the AMB exams. And so it's, so I'm really trying to kind of get all that timing and get all those kind of bits and pieces. But I had this, sometimes it's like I try to go to bed and I think, no, I'm just going to go and give it a few more hours, because I just love it, the mental work of kind of working out the rhythm, trying to get the rhythm right. And then say with Feralise, trying to get all the timings right and get all the intricacy of the finger work done, because for a piano player, you've got to have the right kind of fingers on the right keys. Otherwise, you just run out. Oh, okay, I've got to do a D and I've run out of fingers. So it's kind of, if you're not a pianist, you probably think I'm a bit weird when I say those things. But then also with the prelude in E minor with Chopin, a lot of the work is just like the chords in the left hand. And when I was practicing, my teacher said,
Thank you for listening to today's episode of the podcast, and thank you for Jeanette Alexander for coming on the show. It was really good. Thank you to the sponsors Grammarly Premium, vidIQ, and Amazon Music Unlimited for sponsoring today's show. If you want to get Amazon Music Unlimited free, just visit the link to my website in the links in the description. Also, you can send a donation to my GoFundMe page. This helps support the podcast with funding and equipment, as well as things are always updating. And visit my Spotify, YouTube, turn on those notifications wherever you get your podcast, subscribe to the podcast, leave a review, share it on social media, guys, share it around with your friends and family. Always helps. Cheers, bye for now.
So, let's say you're into yoga or Pilates, or maybe you dabble in gymnastics like me. Either way, being flexible is key to doing what you love. That's why Smoothie King created this Stretch and Flex smoothie for people like us, with whole fruits and organic veggies, plus type 2 collagen. Make it part of your daily fitness routine to support flexibility and joint health. So try the Stretch and Flex smoothie in tart cherry or pineapple kale. Order online today for pickup or delivery. Smoothie King, rule the day. Hike the trail? Check. Order takeout? Check. Schedule heart checkup? Done. We've all adapted to a new way of living. Keep your healthcare on schedule with Johns Hopkins Medicine, where your health and safety are our highest priorities. We're ready to care for you through virtual and in-person visits across Maryland and the greater Washington region. Your health, our experts, safely caring for you. Schedule your care now. Learn more at hopkinsmedicine.org/safe.